You're watching Headline News on Mining.com. I'm Devin Murrigan. We start here. Platinum prices have surged to their highest in more than 4 years, driven by signs of tightening supply and strong demand. The metal rose nearly 3% on Monday to $1,200 an ounce, capping a 6-day rally and a 10% weekly gain. Now, analysts say investor fears of U.S. tariffs and high borrowing costs for the metal are fueling the price spike. The World Platinum Investment Council warns the market is heading for a major supply deficit of nearly 1 million ounces this year. Adding to the squeeze, ETF holdings have hit a 10-month high and lease rates are soaring. Widely used in vehicle emission systems, platinum is now outpacing gold in price gains so far this year. Battery metals like lithium, cobalt, and nickel remain under pressure despite booming electric vehicle sales. New data from Fast Markets shows prices falling across the board as oversupply and weak investment weigh on the sector. Lithium spot prices in China dropped more than 19% last month, while cobalt and nickel markets remain flooded with inventory. Even recyclers are struggling, with lithium prices so low that some are operating near break-even. Analysts say policy uncertainty in key markets like the US and China is also dampening confidence and investment. Despite strong EV sales, the battery metal sector faces a long road to recovery. A group of Republican lawmakers is pushing for the first full audit of America's gold reserves in over 70 years. The Gold Reserve Transparency Act would require a complete inventory and physical check of U.S. bullion holdings within a year. It also calls for disclosure of all gold transactions, loans, leases, and sales dating back 5 decades. Congressman Thomas Massey says Americans deserve to know if the gold is really there and properly managed. Most of the country's 8,000-ton gold reserve is stored in Fort Knox, a site long surrounded by secrecy and speculation. The bill comes just weeks after President Donald Trump publicly questioned whether America's gold stockpile is still intact. Rio Tinto has opened its new $2 billion Western Range iron ore mine in Western Australia's Pilbara region, marking a symbolic new chapter for the company. It's Rio's first project co-designed with traditional owners, following the outcry over Yukon Gorge's destruction in 2020. CEO Jakob Stolzholm, who is stepping down, said the mine reflects a new way of working with the Yinhawangka people. Western Range is expected to produce 25 million tons of iron ore annually, securing Rio's Parabuda operations for 2 decades. The opening underscores Rio's $13 billion plan to maintain Pilbara dominance, even as attention shifts from Guinea's massive Simandou project. Despite a leadership shakeup, Rio's future and the Pilbara's remains firmly anchored in iron. Petra Diamonds has scrapped its regular diamond tenders, shifting to flexible, opportunistic sales amid continued market weakness. The African-focused miner sold $53 billion worth of rough stones in its latest 2 tenders, but will now report sales quarterly. It follows similar moves by De Beers, which is said to be selling discounted diamonds without formally cutting prices. Petra sold over 600,000 carats, an average of $86 per carat, but year-to-date revenues are down nearly $100 million. The Cullinan mine saw delays due to a weaker product mix, while Finch performed better. Petra's debt has now climbed to $258 million, with analysts warning that soft sales could complicate its refinancing efforts. Well, that's where we leave your news headlines for now.